Welcome again, it's Dreddy Peso, and today, man, we are just going to talk briefly about thinking, man's lost art, especially the black man's lost art. What do you mean? Is it just the lost art? Thinking is such is an exercise that people have run away from. They dread this thing. It hurts the brain. It does too much for people. You have to understand that thinking is a very harsh exercise. Try it for a day or two. You realize that it's more demoralizing when done intensely than running a full game of basketball or soccer, as they call it, football. So in the olden days, before the advent of things like the computer and the TV, especially, man had to spend a lot of time thinking to himself. However, thinking is not just sitting there thinking about different things. Thinking, as it has been really taught to me in the last 2 to 4 years, is that in order to think, you have to ask questions. This is why children ask a lot of questions, where you hear the why, why is the grass green? Because this, and that. And then right after you tell them that answer, they're going to say what? Why? And then as adults, we finally get tired and say, because that's just the way it is, damn it. But the fact of the matter is that children will ask a lot of questions because they want to know and they think on these things. That's why some of them who are not hindered, they're given these answers and they're given the ability the empowerment to think. They become, young geniuses. But those who are told to shut up asking all these questions suppress a lot of their own thinking. But thinking is not, just asking yourself questions. You have to ask the question and then use your own brain to try to come up with multiple answers. Because now you are creating brain cells. But thinking is not just question and answers. Thinking is visually thinking, images coming into your mind. You see, we think in images. If I tell you right now that if I say something like, what is the color of your car? You're going to think about your car and you're going to think about the color. If I tell you to check the mail, you're going to think about your mailbox. If I say think about your backyard, the visual image of your backyard comes into your mind. So we think in pictures. So therefore you have to learn how to think things and see them visually. That's why so many people's dreams deflate to the ground, because they don't put the image of what they're thinking about in their mind and to press it in there. You see? And that's why the man has gone down and the information age has gone up, but man has gone down even though more information is there, because now he cannot dwell and think on what he actually wants. So it's a lost art because people don't know how to do it no more. You see, you have to come out and think about the thing that you want and dwell on it. You see, look, Martin Luther King Jr., he had this famous speech. He said, I have a dream. One day, black boys and white girls will be holding hands, playing on the playground together. I have a dream. I see these. See, he had it in his mind. He described it to you. Then you look at it and you saw it. And people in the generation saw it. And then everybody started dreaming because they could see it. And then, unfortunately, he didn't live to see it himself. But he had planted it in your mind hard enough that eventually white girls and black boys, and black girls and white boys can play on the playground together. So you have to think in the same way. It's called imaging and dreaming. But you have to depict what you see. You see, if you want a new car, you have to see the car, the color, how it moves, almost every little detail about it. And you have to see it often. And you have to implant it in different places so that you see it is almost emerged on you too much. And then, as we always say, the physical will follow the spiritual. But the black man is not thinking. He thinks about his struggle. He raps about his struggle. Broken glass everywhere. People, it's just like they just don't care. And yes, he's telling us a picture of what he sees in his community, but when we recite it and listen to it all day, we keep that image in our mind and we cannot grow. Instead of telling me how I have gotten better, he tells now that he has money because of his raps. He has beaches around him now. He drinks Moet and Ciroc and different things. He has money, mansions, but he has it. And he makes fun of the fact that you don't have it. He laughs at you and says, you're window shopping. But he can spend $300 on a milkshake. So we have to start to understand the images that are presented to us and that we recite them in our mind the right way that benefits us as well. Because this is how you think. This is the lost art of thinking. You see, the white community and other communities have images of what they think about you. And if you accept those images and you don't implant the right images of a black, strong, thriving community, black, strong, thriving spiritual church community, black, strong, thriving businesses, working together, black men and women working together, this country, black country aiding this black country. If we don't implant these images in each other's mind, we will have nothing. We will have nothing. So this is the lost art that is hit the world because a few understand it. And they understand how to make you think about nothing and to make you think of yourself of nothing so that they can do what? Flourish while you think about what you are going to eat tomorrow, what you're going to wear, where you're going to go. And while you're thinking about your struggle, you stay struggling while they're thinking about their success. And they're rich get richer and you poor get poor. Learn to think better. I'm Dreddy Peso. I'll see you next time.